Fate was cruel to Yulia Lipnitskaya. Becoming a universal favorite and winning the coveted Olympic gold medal, the figure skater faced a difficult test, falling off the podium at an early age. The failure in the individual standings on the Sochi ice, several years of failures at the starts, health problems, all this led to the fact that the athlete was forced to leave the sport. It was one of the most difficult moments in her life, and it seemed that there was no one left next to her who could lend a helping hand to her. Fortunately, this was not the case. A loved one took care of Yulia, giving her a new meaning, a family. Finally, Lipnitskaya found herself when Evgeny Plushenko saved her from aimless wanderings, offering Yulia a dream job. The Olympic champion brings up young athletes in Plushenko's Angels and looks incredibly happy. Finally, Plushenko supported Lipnitskaya at a difficult moment. The decision to end her sports career was not easy for Yulia Lipnitskaya. The Sochi Olympic champion struggled with the consequences of old injuries for a long time, tried to return to her previous high level under the leadership of Alexei Ermanov, but did not succeed. The skater failed start after start and then landed in the hospital with anorexia. Yulia's physical and mental health was in jeopardy. It was then that she dared to face the truth and make a choice in favor of her own happiness and not ephemeral rewards. It was hard to give up the work of a lifetime. In addition to doubts about where the athlete could realize herself, she had to endure criticism from former colleagues. Honored coaches and figure skaters of Russia reacted in a peculiar way to the news of Lipnitskaya's departure. Tatyana Tarasova, for example, expressed the opinion that the absence of an Olympic champion would not change anything. The neglect, in the words of the legendary mentor, could not but upset, but fortunately there were those who sincerely supported Yulia at a difficult moment. This person turned out to be Evgeny Plushenko, who wrote a nice post dedicated to the figure skater. The youngest Olympic champion in the history of women's single skating. At the age of 15, she won gold for Russia and brought our team 20 points out of 20 possible. The great athlete, who did not leave after the 2014 Olympics but continued her sports career, speaking at official competitions, fought, overcoming injuries and psychological barriers. Yulechka, life goes on. You are a great, clever, hard worker. You are a little legend who brought Russian women's skating to the highest level after a long stagnation. Proud of you and always there. Lipnitskaya successfully trains at Plushenko's Angels. The two-time Olympic champion complained about the ugly behavior of some specialists, noting that this greatly offended him. Probably, Eugene's pain was so great that he decided to continue to comprehensively help Yulia. After joining the coaching bridge, Plushenko wanted to see her in his team. The figure skater agreed to the invitation to become a member of the Angelic Academy, and for several years now she has been educating little athletes at Evgeny's school. The union of Plushenko and Lipnitskaya at first did not seem like something serious. Nevertheless, he helped Yulia find herself. Videos with the activities of her group appear on the social networks of the Angels not so often, but when they go on public display, it becomes clear that the Olympic champion is really happy. She is in love with her students and loved by them. Children under her guidance learn the basics of figure skating and make progress in this field. Outside the skating rink, Lipnitskaya is a loving mother and wife. Undoubtedly, Plushenko played a big role in becoming an adult and self-confident Lipnitskaya, but even before the two-time Olympic champion, her beloved Vladislav Tarasenko took care of the young and exhausted by constant misfortunes. The athletes met in the group of Atari Tutberids and have been inseparable ever since. Together with Vladislav, Julia went through all the hardships in order to eventually say that he is one of the most important people in her life. The feelings of young people grew stronger from year to year, and finally the couple announced that they were preparing to become parents for the first time. The figure skater really wanted to share the good news with the fans, but because of an unscrupulous agent, this was not destined to happen. Nevertheless, this episode did not at all overshadow the bright day on which the wonderful girl Catalina was born. Such an unusual name for the newborn was given by Vladislav and Julia. Motherhood definitely benefited Lipnitskaya. The Olympic champion loves her daughter and tries to spend all her free time with her. By a happy coincidence, Evgeny Plushenko does everything not to separate the Olympic champion from her family, providing her with a separate cottage on the territory of the academy. After the end of her career, Julia had to fight for her happiness for a long time, but in the end it overtook her. Now she has everything that everyone can dream of: family, work, and most importantly, the love that people give her who are not indifferent to her fate. That's all for today. If this information was interesting to you, put likes, subscribe to the channel, and see you soon.